Hi, I'm Alex Newman with the New American Magazine. I'm a foreign correspondent, and for most of the last 8 years I've been based in Europe. And today I want to talk to you about the European Union and what appears to be the ongoing implosion of the European Union. So we had Brexit not too long ago, and that means that the British want to get out of the EU. They were concerned about the open borders, the unlimited flood of immigration, especially from Eastern Europe and the Third World. They were concerned about having policy dictated to them by unelected elites in Brussels. And so finally they said, enough. You know, we're not going to be part of this anymore. We're going to reclaim our national sovereignty. And that appears to have set off a chain reaction across Europe. Then we eventually had in the United States the election of President Donald Trump, who campaigned using very similar rhetoric and campaign promises to the Brexit people. We're going to take back our borders. We're going to slow this flow of third world immigration. We're going to make policy here and not at the regional or the international level. We're going to stop with the multilateralism. So these are all very good developments. And now it's spreading to the continent. What you have is all across Europe, all the important countries in Europe have massive and very quickly growing either anti-EU parties or at least Eurosceptic parties that are not quite sure they want to be involved. They certainly want to reclaim a lot of their sovereign powers from the European Union. You have in Germany the Alternative für Deutschland, which is the Alternative for Germany party, Eurosceptic. They want to stop the so-called refugees and the tsunami of immigration, and millions of people coming in. And they also want to restore freedom in Germany, and they want to get rid of the EU or at least severely limit it. And now they're exploding in popularity. They've already gotten into most of the state parliaments, and at the coming election in September, they're going to almost certainly, they have supported around 15%, and we all know how the polls treat anti-establishment parties, and so they're almost certain to get into the national parliament. In the Netherlands, we have Geert Wilders and his Freedom Party. He wants to stop the EU, reclaim national powers, stop the tsunami of Islamic immigration. Same thing happening in France. We have Marine Le Pen and her National Front party. She's currently the most popular candidate in the polls to win the presidential election. Her party is absolutely surging. They've been winning local elections, European elections, regional elections. And so this is, for Europe, a very interesting time. You also have in Italy, you have the Five Star Movement, wants to get out of the EU. You have in Austria, the Freedom Party that almost won the presidential election. It seems like there may have even been some vote fraud by the globalists, by the EU apparatchiks trying to block that. And actually, they had to redo the election because there were so many irregularities the first time. And this is happening all over. Finland has the True Finns Party. Sweden has the Sweden Democrats. And all these parties have disagreements among themselves. All of them have, different philosophies on different things. Some of them are big government parties. Some of them are small government parties. But what they have in common is a desire to remain a nation, right? They don't want to lose their nations to this unaccountable, unelected monstrosity in Brussels called the European Union. And they also all have in common the desire to slow or stop the influx of millions and millions of immigrants, primarily Islamic immigrants from Africa and from the Middle East. So basically, they're calling themselves the European Patriots. And after the Brexit and Donald Trump, they had a big meeting in Germany, in Koblenz, with the Europe of freedom and nations. And the idea is to create this continental alliance that will help to destroy the EU, help to reclaim national sovereignty, get rid of the euro, the single currency. And so these are all wonderful developments to people who support national sovereignty, for people who want to stop this process of subverting national sovereignty on the road to regional government, which ultimately we all know leads to global governance. The elites have told us this on many occasions. Seems like the Anglo-Saxon world, the United States and Britain, woke up first, and now it seems like all the rest of the West is slowly starting to wake up, continental Europe, and it looks very much like the EU is in dire straits. Now, whether it will collapse or not, that remains to be seen, but anti-EU sentiment is spreading like wildfire across the continent, and for people who love their country, for patriots, people who love freedom, people who do not want to live under what these insiders and the establishment call the New World Order, these are all very good developments. So let's keep our eyes on Europe, see what's going to happen, but so far there's a lot of encouraging signs that things are going to start changing. Again, I'm Alex Newman with the New American Magazine, and thanks for watching.